everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay and I am Stitchy Piper here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Very warm welcome to you if this is your first time visiting my channel. I hope that you find something you like, and if you do, please click on the like and subscribe buttons and select all in the notification drop down so you're advised whenever I upload new content. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and spending some more time with me today. Today I'm carrying on working on Celtic Unicorn. It's a chart by Heaven and Earth Designs and artwork is by Malcolm Watson. And this is the second of 3 starts over like concurrent years of St Andrew's Day starts. Last year I started the Scotland Quaker Tiles, the Quaker Tiles Flag of Scotland flag from Webster's. This year it's Celtic Unicorn and next year it'll be Celtic Thistle, which is again Malcolm Watson chart. And I can't count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going across to there. I didn't do very many stitches yesterday, and one of them was marked off there just now as one that I actually stitched yesterday. So according to this I've done 1 stitch, but I've only actually, no, I've done 2 stitches, but I've only actually done 1. I took a bit of headache yesterday. It came on really quick, really hard, and so I didn't do any sort of cross stitching or anything after I filmed yesterday. I just didn't feel right and I wasn't feeling 100%, so I didn't do anything on it. But it's coming on because that's 1601 stitches since Sunday. I started it Sunday. So it's 1.31%. It's being stitched on 25 count, 1/1 full cross. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you. Yeah. I'm stitching it using my diagonal method. It's diagonal columns of 10 now as opposed to 20, just because there's so much confetti in the rope work border. There is a lot of confetti in this, more than what you thought there would be, and this is just standard colours. So if I had decided to go down the max colour route, I dread to think what my confetti would have been like. It's really one of those charts where, yeah, you think the max colour would bring it out a bit, bring out the colours and shades a bit more, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you go and give yourself what even more confetti on top of the amount of confetti that's in there already? So I do like max colours for a lot of my charts. I've got quite a few max colour charts and a couple of supersized max colours as well. But some do need it, like the Aimee Stewart ones. Majority of, I would say not all of them, but the majority of hers, you need the supersized max colour because of the amount of detail that she puts in her designs. But of course, when you do that, you get confetti, nightmare confetti amount of it. But because we don't do back stitching on our full coverages, we need something to define the detail, so confetti stitches it is. It's a trade-off, isn't it? you want the detail that you would get on smaller charts that use backstitch to define the you know, define the outlines of things. You want that detail, but you want it on without the backstitch. I don't really enjoy doing a lot of backstitch. I don't mind a little bit. I mean, I like my long dog samplers, and there's backstitch in that, and there's generally quite a bit. So I like I said, I like my long dog samplers. I've got my material and my fabric arrived on Monday. Is it Monday or was it yesterday? Monday, I think. For my next big long dog, and my colours. The colour that I chose is one of the dark bottle greens, 934 or 935. It's the really dark one. I've been wanting to do a long dog sampler in that colour for ages. I just like the way that with that colour you look at it and it looks black, and then you look at it under a different light and you can see the green in it. But I've been wanting to do a long dog sampler in that for ages. I'm also wanting to do one in a sort of like a really dark blue as well, probably 939. So I might be doing, once I've finished Fisherman's Friends, I'm going to get on with the next one in the series, and that's going to be in one of the other sort of like greens, because I'm doing Fisherman's Friends in 3766. So I'm going to do one of the other ones in a slightly different shades, but still keeping that same sort of tone. I want the four of them, when you look at them, to remind you of the sun hitting a swimming pool. So it's probably going to be fish and chips that I do next. After this long dog, the next long dog I'm going to start probably going to be fish and chips. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep placing the big one with another big one, and then the small one with another small one whenever they're finished. So that I have a large one, I've got a small one. And I'm always going to have at least two. I'm saying at least two. I'm always going to have two long dog samplers on the go. 2, 3, 4, there. You numpty. I've not scrolled up the pattern far enough to let me see the next space for that colour. I could just see the top of it, and I couldn't see if I had parked it. What colour is this? 919. So, what are you guys working on? Pop a wee note in the comments with what you're working on. If it's not one that I recognise, Google is my friend and I shall go and have a look. And you may enable me. I know that one of my ladies that watches my videos is working on another long dog that is on my list. That's Tap Dancers. That is on my list. Yes, it is indeed. I don't know what colour I'll do that one in. I might do that one in the dark, in the 939. I don't know. What I'm going to have to do is put them all on a decisions wheel, I think, so that I can pick them. A Saga is going to be one of those sort of lifetime pieces, I think. So I'm kind of putting off starting that one. I mean, my choices, right, for this next new start for Long Dogs were Pandemic, which I've wanted to do since forever. And I've got myself in a fan call, would you believe it? Yeah, it was Pandemic, Saga, Act of God, the new one, Penance, or Tap Dancers. What's the other one? What was it called? The other one that I wanted to start. Oh. I would need to go and look at the website. The name of it escapes me. I need to go and look at the website and see what it's called. But yeah, it was about 5 or 6 and they were running to get started, and it was only 4 or 5, and then she brought out Penance and I was like, oh, I want that. So it got added to the mix. Normally it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't have. This is the second time that she's released, or third time that she's released the chart, and I went, oh, I really want to start that. The other one I sort of had to look at and think about. But the last time that she did that was the one that was really made me want to stitch it straight away was Love at First Sight. When I seen that, I thought, oh, that's perfect. And the fact it was released the day before my birthday was like, that was a sign. You're meant to stitch it, so I stitched it, and I did it in 9 weeks. Monogamously. Well, almost monogamously. I got to about week 7 or 8. And I did it in 3685, which is a lovely deep, deep purple. And I got picked to week 7 or 8, and I was like starting to flag. I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull out one of my colourful full coverage charts just to give myself a wee break. So I pulled out Kitchen Shelf, Super Size Max Colour, Aimee Stewart. I mean, it's my most colourful chart, I think. Just about every colour that's possible is in that chart. I love it, but the confetti, it was confetti right from the beginning. I'm looking forward to getting into the... when I say that, it's different from other charts because you've got the focus of the design is a big refrigerator in the middle, and it's sort of turquoise, 966 and 959 and 958 and all those sort of colours, and it's right in the middle of that, and it's like maybe it's got magnets in it, and they're just kind of spaced out, so that's kind of in the middle, and I'm just looking forward to getting to that. And I'm tempted to count across and count down. So if I'm having times when I'm not really wanting to do confetti heavy, I can count, you know, I can work on that, but I'm not brave enough. I am not brave enough to do that. It kind of worries me. Hello, Charles. Oh no, it's Oscar. You want me to move over a wee bit so you can lie beside me? I've not got much more space that I can move. Sorry for camera quake. Right, are you going to lie? Oh, careful, because that was nearly the mouse on the floor. You're lying on the tray that I've got. Thank you. You over there. Put that over there. Right, here we go. Yeah, you were lying on that and it was tipping and I couldn't. Yeah. Oh. Just to have a little bit of cat therapy. Don't know if you can hear him. Careful, watch what you're doing. You nearly took your eye out with my scissors. Yeah, you nearly took your eye out with my scissors. That would have been a nasty trip to the vet, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're going to cuddle in, okay. You pest. It could be worse. I could have Charlie sitting on my lap under the stitch and purring away as well, hitting everything with his tail. You're not making this very comfortable because you keep hitting me and you... Oh, now we're playing dead. 977. Yeah, yeah. So I need your help, guys. I'm thinking of starting sometime in the new year. I've been playing with this idea for over a year. I want to do Fruits of Plenty from Modern Folk Embroidery, but I want to do it in 2 colours. And I want to do it in 3685, which is the colour I did my Love at First Sight in. And I want to do it in a gold, but I can't pick the right colour of gold. I'm thinking this one actually might go nice with it. This one's 977. So what do you think? Do you think 2 colours or the burgundy and maybe 2 colours of gold, light and dark? I don't know. I need someone who's got more vision than me, because at the moment all I can see, look at it is burgundy and gold. But I can't pick the right. I can't settle on a gold colour. Still got to buy the chart as well, because I thought there's no point in me buying the chart if I'm not ready to start it. So I need to decide what colour I'm doing, what gold colour I'm doing. Or the other option, the other one I was thinking about doing it, another colour option is navy and sort of silver, like 02 or something, 3939 and 02 or something. Because I've seen those 2 colours together on the Quaker flag that I'm doing, and they actually look really nice next to each other. I just think it looks so luxurious. Pardon me. And you know this, I've forgotten to set my timer. Oh, for goodness sake, messages, go away. Oh, for goodness sake, notifications. Oh, come on. Got 19 minutes. Oh, 19 minutes, right, so 40-minute timer. Charlie, Oscar, do you want to stop being a pest and stop wriggling and just lie still? Right, we'll do a 45-minute timer then. Oh no, we can't do a 40-minute, there we go. Right, focus for 40 minutes, there we go. Oh, gosh. You notice it's always the talky ones, the chatty ones that I forget to put the timer on. Oscar, your nose is really cold. So yeah, I think it looks quite luxurious, the burgundy and gold, or the navy. I'm saying navy, it's probably going to be like 820 or something, you know, the royal blue. With silver. It's just something luxurious about those colours, you know. And it would be the first time that I've done that style of cross stitch with two colours, because my long dogs I stitched with the one colour. I did, you know, I like I said, I did Love at First Sight on 3685. I did Blue Bouquet and Beef Encounter on 826. And I did Taboo with 310. So I've stuck with the one colour for the long dogs because I like to do them monochrome, because then I just have to concentrate on the stitching. I don't have to, on where the stitches are going, I don't have to worry about what colour goes where. Because you can't go in, like so on pattern keeper, you can't go in and say, and do like all the symbols on, say, on a horse, do them brown, and still have your background colour for the rest of it the same. You know, because you can't allocate specific colours or a colour to specific stitches, because it's the same colour for all that symbol. Because you know, if the chart's got more than one symbol, then it's easy. You can just change the colour for the symbol. But when it's one colour, or it's a monochrome chart, and you're trying to inject colours into it, it's like, no, I take my hat off to those guys that can do it, and I mean, some of them are absolutely stunning. Some of them aren't quite my cup of tea, a bit too busy, a bit too many colours. But that's what is brilliant about cross stitch, about those types of designs as well. You know, it's brilliant about the human race. Basically, is that we're all different. What's good for one, you know, what one person likes, doesn't necessarily mean that everyone has to like it. Right, where is that? Okay, that one there. Off. Where am I looking for the next one? Oh, it's far too far down, so I'm not going to take it away down 6 boxes. I'm going to just use a pin stitch to end my stitch or thread. I am not taking that down 5 or 6 boxes. Enough to go on the remember that bit of thread there? It would have been that much left. Anyway, that much left to stitch with if I'd done that. So yeah. course with this parking, if I go any more than 2.5 blocks, it's 25 stitches an inch. If I go any more than 2.5 boxes, more than an inch away, then I am just going to end my thread. Don't see the point in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I don't see the point. I mean, some of my earlier efforts at parking, I would have just gone more than that, but it just makes the back of your design thick. It's like then you end up feeling like you're stitching through cardboard, and it's through not cardboard, carpet. And it makes it hard work on the hands. So if it's any more than 2.5 blocks away, I'm ending my thread. Unless I lose count. I think it was the needlebug, Karen, the needlebug, that said there's no rules in cross stitch other than rules they make for yourself. She's right. You know, if you find a way that works for you, you know, all these different stitching methods out there, like Royal Rose, cross country, colour flow, extreme cross country by page, all this type of thing. If you find something that works for you and you're happy with the finished product, then go for it. But don't expect everyone else to jump on your bandwagon. I mean, I'm all for giving them a try, these different methods a try. But it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to work for me. Royal Rose, I don't think I would try, because I've noticed if I do columns, I tend to get lines. I've got lines on my HAED SAL piece. You know, there's lines all over it. There's actually diagonal lines on it as well, and I don't know why. Other than the fact that I was doing Danish method, and that's the only reason I could think of there being lines on that. The only one that I've not got any lines on, I can see, is Hummingbirds in Spring. I can't see any lines on that because I'm following the shapes and the colours. I don't have any lines or very many visible lines on the Witch and Ever Max Colour. Again, that is being stitched 20 stitch wide diagonals. I'm actually thinking about switching back to 10 stitch wide diagonals for some of them, because especially with the dark colours, it's just a bit too much. The progress is nice with the wider diagonals. You get more, you do see it growing quicker, but it takes longer to do my 1,000 stitches than it would do if I was just doing a 10 stitch wide diagonal. So I'm thinking about going back to 10 stitch wide diagonals again. Ad block, why do you want to pop up all the time whenever I'm doing a... 1, 2, 3, yeah. I like this way that I do it, where I park in an empty space. I don't park under completed stitches, because it's a bit of a combination of cross country and the parking. I've noticed my progress. If I was to be going the strict row by row parking on the next line. Wait a minute, where's my cursor? To mark that off. There. And I'm doing that there, right. This row here, right. I'll take this next colour, right. I've done that. I'm doing this stitch here, right, and I've done this, and I've got this stitch here, right. The strict parking would have me parking on the next instance, first instance in the next row, which is there. But my method, because there's a stitch above it, is completed. I don't like parking under completed stitches, so it gets stitched, and that one gets parked there, because there's no space, there's not a completed stitch above. There is a part thread, but there is no complete stitch. And I think that way of working, I'm still getting the neatness and the logic through the parking, but I'm getting a little bit of my itch for cross country scratched. I get the itch every so often and I have to scratch it, and then I always go back to parking, because this is what happens when I do cross country, especially in confetti areas. It goes lumpy. But when it's parked, I don't get the same lumpiness. Now, where are you going after I've stitched this? Where's the next one? Okay, what we'll do is we'll end you as well. I'm not going to... What we'll do is we'll do that last top leg. It's 977. That's a nice colour actually. I do like that colour. Where's this one going? Right, this one gets parked on the next diagonal. So it's down that one there, but the next diagonal, and 4 up and 5 across. Down here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. Parked on that there. That's ready for the next diagonal. here. Yeah, I just prefer the way it works. Kind of a little bit of both. The parking, which is like I say, the logic that my brain craves. And the whimsy of the cross country of going where I feel. Well, not quite where I feel, but you know what I mean. And of course I'm taking a hot flush now as well. Sneaked up on me. Right. This one is going to be a wee bit different. Because this column, this next row I'm there, and then I'm across there. And then on the next row I'm across there. But then I'm back across here to park. But it's under a stitch, under a complete stitch, so it will be getting parked down there. So what I'm going to do is I've done that stitch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that one, and then before I complete it, come down, do the stitch that's there, and then do that stitch, complete second leg of that stitch, and then like that, and it should be getting parked in there because that's the next column, but because it's under a complete stitch it gets stitched and it gets parked to second block, second square down there, so 1, 2. By the time I've done the rest of the stitches around it, you would never know that I had stitched that out of sequence. Right, that's 1, 2. Okay, and this one, stitch it there. The next stitch that it needs is here. I'm stitching that one because it's under a completed stitch, and then it's actually there is the next one, again under a completed stitch, and another one there under a completed stitch. So you still get a fairly decent progress doing it this way. And then there, because you're unparked. What colour's this one? It's a new strand. What's this one? 3776. little bits of white fluff, that are, no, not white, black, sorry, that are on here, aren't from my thread. I've been wearing a black hoodie. It's a new one. Yeah, is that new that the fluff's still coming off it? So that's where all the black fluff's coming from. It's not coming from my thread. Right, that one next, because then I can get cran with some black stitches after. Again, you'll notice I'm doing these ones out of order. Oh, and there. Right. Because this makes more sense to do them out of order than to change needles, to change threads for one stitch, to fringe it back after I've done this colour to the same colour again. So yeah, I'm not averse to doing things out of sequence. It's still logical to my brain to one over. And this isn't a big project. It's only 122,500, so it's not big, it's not huge. Only 122,500, yeah. To some people that is huge, but to me it's not huge. Majority of my projects, you're looking at over 25,000. Sorry, 250,000, sorry. Biggest one I've got is my supersized Max colour, and that's 735,000 and change. And then the next biggest one I can think of right now is McGonagall's Library. It's 640,000 stitches. That's 800 by 800. I really like that one actually. That's one of my favourites. I like working on that because I like seeing details in it. And I mean, details in it are amazing. You can see the wood grain in the windows, and yeah, and like in stonework you can see like so the patina on the stones. It's just it's beautiful. It really is. It's well done. It's well. The artwork's done well. Before it was charted. I mean, before then in the charting from the Cross Stitch Studio is just it's just amazing. Oh, wait a minute. I had to unpick that. Hold on, I've missed the stitch. I don't know why I counted that as 2 spaces when it's only 1. Oh dear, I had a little bit of a brain floof. A brain floof. I would say I had a little bit of a blonde moment, but then that could be just because they're discriminatory towards blondes, couldn't it? I'm not blonde either. Oh, now my stitches away all. You know, in case of blinking it goes in the wrong hole. Yeah, so that's fixed that. Now I'll go back and get my needle, my thread. There we go. Off. $200. You're not really going to see the full effect of this until I get the next diagonal, I think. I don't think you're gonna get the full effect of this until maybe the next 2 or 3 diagonals into it, and then you can see it. It is looking quite. Not blowing my own trumpet here because I'm just following the chart, but it is going to be absolutely beautiful. And I mean, I don't know if you've actually looked at the mock-up of this design on a HAED website. That mane on this unicorn is just stunning. And it's funny, I put a post up last night saying that it's funny when you start stitching a unicorn chart, you start seeing more charts with unicorns on it. It's like I had, when I started stitching, yeah, we just unthread the needle, why don't we? I started stitching Peacock and Rosie's sampler. All I saw was peacock charts. And I've got a couple on my wish list. In fact, I've bought a couple. I've got a Heaven and Earth Designs one from Aimee Stewart, which is beautiful. I don't know when I'm going to get around to stitching it, but it's beautiful and it's got peacocks in it. And I've got a couple of other peacocks. I mean, I've got the two peacocks. How can I forget that? I started stitching on two dancing peacocks as well. That's a head chart. That's an Oleg Gavrilov one. It's the same artist that's doing that did Magnificent Garden or Marvelous Garden, sorry. That Gemma Stitches is working on. And her progress on that is amazing. And I think Stitching Mummy is working on Sunny Day, I think it's called. It's another one that's got it's got peacocks on it, the same artist. So you could say between the three of us, you're getting a full set. I wanted to do Marvelous Garden, but I felt because I follow Gemma, I wouldn't have got the newness of it, if you know what I mean. That's why I tend to shy away from charts that everyone else is doing. Because I want something that's unique to me. Or maybe not necessarily unique, but not one of the popular ones. Yes, I have got popular charts in my collection. Yes, I have. Like, say, the Aimee Stewart shelves and stuff. I've got those. But the one that I picked to start, I've not seen anyone else working on it. There's a couple in the Facebook group that are working on it. But I've not seen anyone else sort of like as a floss tuber working on it. So, yeah, I try and pick charts that aren't popular. Probably it's like I'm probably going to be unpopular here when I say this, but the Portals charts are beautiful. Yes, they are beautiful. Will I stitch on them? No. The 6 Portals chart is too expensive. I will not pay £60 for a chart under any circumstances. 2, everyone else is stitching it. So there's none of the newness of it. And it would cost a fortune to get the fabric and the threads for it. So even using CXC, it would cost a fortune. So yeah, I won't stitch on it. It's beautiful, and I'm just going to enjoy watching everyone else's progress. But it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not. It's something that I would possibly have stitched, but it's not for me because it's so popular and everyone else is stitching it. There's a couple of charts that are, you know, I've really liked, and then what's put me off is the fact that everyone and their dog's stitching it, and it's I get the feeling that I would get bored because I'm not seeing anything new. But in saying that, I don't follow absolutely every floss tuber out there. I'm trying to think how many I do follow actually. I don't know. I've not sat and counted them. But again, the ones that I watch, they've got some designs, some projects are in common with each other, but some of them have got projects that no one else is doing, and that's what I like. I like that variety. And then if I do like something that they're working on, I'll think, oh, I quite fancy stitching that, or, you know, I will go and have a look at it. I like a bit more. I like certain things. I know what I like. I know what I like and I know I like what I'm. No, I know what I like and I like what I know. Is that right? Is that how you say it? I know what I like and I like what I know. If that makes sense. Not to say that I wouldn't stitch on some of them later on, especially if I've bought the chart, or you know, or it's on my wish list. I mean, I've got Aimee Stewart's amazing animal bookshelf, supersized max colour. There is maybe three people that I know that are working on it. Siski's working on it. I know Siski's working on it because that's one of our focus pieces. I think Jen's got it. A couple of people on Instagram are doing it. Who else? There's someone else that's on. No, that's the stitchy shelf she's doing. So another one that I would consider. I've got the stitching shelf, and that's one that I want to do, but at the moment there's too many other people doing it, and it's going to take that newness away for me. So it's on my list to do, but it's way down the list. And there's Stitching Mummy's doing it. Nicola's doing it. Someone else is working on it as well. But that's my hour. Well, my 40 minutes, my hour. Let's finish this couple of stitches before I mark them off and give you my total for the day, minus the one that I had done yesterday and forgotten to mark off. Not that one. Okay, 116 stitches. Not as much as yesterday, but there's been a little bit more confetti. I'm going to keep on with this and see how far I can get today. Hopefully more than 182 stitches. So I'm up to 1715 stitches out of 122,500, 1.40%. So yeah, I think it's every 12 stitches it goes up 0.01% on my pattern keeper. So yeah, we're going about 0.1% or something thereabouts. I'm going to go, guys. Thank you for your company today. As always, it doesn't matter how many stitches you do in a session, as even one stitch is progress, because it's one less stitch you still have to do. And remember to be kind and to treat people as you wish to be treated yourself. A smile, a kind gesture, kind word doesn't cost you anything, but it can mean the world to the person on the receiving end. You don't know what a person is going through in their life. Well, that day could be having an absolute nightmare of a day, and your smile, kind gesture, kind word could make all the difference to them on that day and help them get through it a little easier. Reminds us that we are not alone and that we do matter. So I'm going to go, guys. Thank you so much for your company, as I said, and keep an eye open for more videos from me. If you like the video, click the like button and subscribe. Check that you are still subscribed, by the way. I've noticed that that's been happening to people again. I've heard other floss tubers talking about subscribers being lost and YouTube unsubscribing people for no apparent reason, and so that's doing the rounds again. I think it's a glitch whenever they update it. It seems to be a glitch. Whenever they update YouTube, for some reason, that it seems to happen. But go and check that. And I upload a weekly update on a Saturday. Sometimes it's a Sunday, but it's usually a Saturday. And I have at least 2 Stitch With Me's. I'm making up for lost time because I have missed a couple of Stitch With Me's, over the past few weeks. So that's why I'm kind of thought this week, because it's a new start, I thought I would do 1 per day to let you see the progress as I work towards my 3,000 stitch goal before it goes up to into my rotation. I like to get a start of 3,000 stitches. Some are easier than others to get to 3,000 stitches. But once I hit 3,000, I go into rotation and come out. My rotation's kind of on hold until January, because I've had goals that I wanted to reach, like get all my projects over 3,000 stitches was one of them. Get all of them over 1% was another. My next goal is to add 10% to Fisherman's Friends, but I think that was ended up being shelved for last month, so my goal for this month is to up it by 5% and 5% on what was it? Was it Peacock and Roses sampler? My 2 monochrome pieces. And my new starts for the month are, well, this was like the tail end of last month. My next new start is going to be my Long Dog sampler. And then I've got 2 starts at Hogmanay and New Year. I said 5 new starts, but I miscounted. I've only got 4 between now and the 1st of January. So, between St Andrew's Day and 1st of January. So, yeah. Keep your eye open for those as well, because they will be doing Stitch With Me's or lives for those ones. I think the live stream's probably going to be my Hogmanay new start and the start of the HAED SAL, because I'm doing a reveal for that, for the HAED SAL on New Year's Day. But anyway, I'm going to go, guys. Thank you for your company today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy stitching. Bye bye for now.